Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news, all right. Folks, buckle up because the NFL offseason is heating up, and there's a buzz swirling around a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the NFC North and send shockwaves through the league. We're talking about the possibility of Patrick Surtain, the Denver Broncos star cornerback, landing in Green Bay. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Is this really happening? Well, according to sources close to the league, including the ever-reliable Adam Schefter, the Broncos, sitting at 8-2 but with a tight cap situation, around $5 million, are considering doing something big. They're eyeing a rebuild on their offensive line after a rash of injuries, and that might push them to part ways with Surtain. Imagine that, Surtain donning the green and gold. For the Packers, sitting at 5-3-1 with around $12 million in cap space, this could be a game-changer. They view Surtain as the shutdown corner they desperately need to fill a significant gap in their secondary. Let's not forget, Jaire Alexander has been fantastic, but with Rasul Douglas out for 4 games due to injury, the Packers could really use that elite lockdown ability Surtain provides. This isn't just about plugging a hole, it's about elevating the entire defense. Surtain, as you all know, is a top-tier CB, profile-wise he's in his prime, with an impressive 2025 season, 10 games played, 28 solo tackles, 12 assists, 40 combined tackles, 2 interceptions, and a touchdown. His career numbers include 15 interceptions and over 250 tackles, and he's been selected to 3 Pro Bowls. He grades high with a 90. 5 PFF score, and his coverage stats are stellar, allowing just 0.6 yards per separation, which is elite. What makes him even more attractive for the Packers is his durability and consistency. In 2025, he's missed only 1 game, and his man coverage grade is an eye-popper at 88%. The Broncos, on the other hand, are making some tough decisions. They're freeing up around $20 million to sign Nix to a big extension, which could total around $180 million, as they focus on their front 7, boasting 22 sacks this season. That's a clear signal. They're prioritizing pass rush and run defense, possibly at the expense of their secondary. From the Packers' perspective, acquiring Surtain isn't just about patching up the secondary. It's about redefining their defensive identity. With Surtain in the fold, the Packers could see their pass defense improve dramatically, with projections indicating a rise of about 4 interceptions, a reduction in opponent passing yards per attempt from roughly 6.8 to 5.4 yards, and a significant boost in their pass defense rate, going from 13% to over 33%. These are game-changing numbers, especially considering how this would give Preston Smith and Rashan Gary even more room to rush the passer. Think about Gary, who has been exceptional this year with an average of around 9.5 sacks. Adding Surtain would allow him to focus more on rushing the quarterback, creating more pressure, and generating those crucial sacks that can turn games. And let's not forget the big plays. The Packers have been vulnerable to explosive passing plays, giving up around 14 big passes per game. With Surtain's ability to shut down top receivers, his 0.6 yards per route separation, those big plays could become a thing of the past. This defense would become more consistent, more aggressive, and more capable of forcing turnovers. The numbers support this. Turnovers per game could jump from 1.3 to around 2.4, which would be huge for Green Bay's chances of winning close games. Now, what about the impact on the team's overall standing and playoff odds? Well, if this trade goes through, the Packers could see their Super Bowl odds shift from around plus 2,000, or 20-1, to about plus 800, making them one of the hottest teams heading into the postseason. Surtain's presence would be an X-factor, just like in 2024 when Jalen Ramsey's return helped Miami's defense skyrocket. Surtain would do the same for Green Bay. His ability to neutralize the top opposing WRs would give the Packers a real edge, especially when facing high-powered offenses like the Cowboys or the 49ers. Furthermore, this trade could reignite NFC North rivalries. The Vikings and Lions would have to deal with an even more formidable Green Bay defense, making the division race even more intense. Plus, it would take some pressure off the front 7, allowing Gary and others to rush the quarterback more freely, knowing Certain is locking down the opponent's best receiver. That's a recipe for success: more possessions, better field position, and a boost in confidence for the entire team. Thinking about the long term, this isn't just a quick fix. Certain's addition could be the foundation of a new era for the Packers, one where their defense becomes a true strength and sets the tone for years to come. Imagine a secondary with Alexander, Russell Douglas, when healthy, and Certain, locked down, aggressive, and ready to make plays. It's the kind of secondary that can carry the team deep into the playoffs and beyond. Seeing how the Broncos are focusing on their front, it's plausible they might prioritize stockpiling draft picks for the future, and a first-rounder in 2026 could be just enough to get a deal done. Of course, there are factors to consider: the cap space, the timing, and how quickly the Packers can integrate Certain. These are all questions that will be answered in the coming weeks. But the potential is there, and if the Packers pull the trigger, it could mark the beginning of a new chapter, one where Green Bay is back to being a dominant defensive team, ready to challenge for championships once again. And with the current season's trajectory, adding a player of Certain's caliber could be the final piece that pushes the Packers over the top. Think about the possibilities: elite secondary, more turnovers, fewer big plays allowed, and a defense that can truly dictate the pace of the game. It's a move that could elevate Love's offense, giving him more opportunities to control the game and put points on the board. With the offense already showing flashes of brilliance, this kind of defensive upgrade could be the catalyst that turns the Packers into real Super Bowl contenders. So fans, keep your eyes peeled. The NFL trade deadline is approaching, and if this deal happens, it could be one of the most talked-about moves of the season. The Green Bay Packers' future might just have gotten brighter and more intimidating for anyone standing in their way. As always, we'll be here bringing you the latest updates, breaking down every detail and analyzing what it all means for our beloved Packers. This is a story that's still unfolding, but one thing is for sure: Green Bay is not done yet. They're still aiming for that Lombardi trophy, and with a move like this, they could be closer than ever. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you think Certain could be the missing piece to bring another Super Bowl to Lambeau? Drop your thoughts below. I love hearing your opinions because they matter so much to us and to the team. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest Green Bay Packers news. This season still has a lot in store for us, and if this trade materializes, it could be the start of a new, exciting chapter for our Packers. Let's keep the faith, keep supporting our team, and get ready for what could be an incredible ride ahead. Go Pack, go!